Right.
Good morning, everyone. Day two from Benzinga here in beautiful Hollywood, Florida. I am joined here with Scott Jordan from the Alternative Finance Network. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for inviting me.
We had the pleasure of meeting in Boston a little bit ago,
Yes, we did.
and I was really interested to learn more about what you do with regards to financing and funding of not just operators but startups in particular. So tell us a little bit about yourself, Scott, and then tell me a little bit about what you do in that space.
Sure. I've been doing financing in the industry since 2009, way back in the dark days when there was no banking that was legitimate. It was all whack-a-mole banking. And the first loan I did was a loan for the dispensary I was a patient at. And it was very hard to do. There was very few people that were lending in the industry, except for super hard money. And I persevered. And in 2013, I went to work for a leasing company, and my phone started ringing off the hook with people that needed money because we were vertically integrated in Denver or in Colorado. And there was no institutional cash. There was nothing outside of friends and family. So I went to my bosses and I said, "Hey, I think we ought to get into this." They literally laughed me out of the room. They said, "You're crazy, and you don't look good in orange nor in stripes. So forget about it." And I said, "You know what? I think there's a business here, and I'm going to persevere." And I went ahead and continued to lean forward and look for. First, it was looking for people that would lend money because there was plenty of people that wanted to borrow money to give up equity. And so I persevered. I found, a number of lenders that would consider, doing. We started off with non-plant touching businesses, and then gradually worked their way into plant touching businesses. And so that kind of spawned it. And so I started putting together a network of lenders that were kind of friendly, as I called it. And then a few banks started coming on, and then Safe Harbor kind of opened up, the passageway to a lot of different banks. And so what I did was I put together one by one a network of lenders. So whether it's equipment financing, real estate, working capital, you name it. I've got probably a half a dozen different lenders, got over 112 different funding sources in my network right now. And what we do is we match borrower with lender. So if you're a borrower, whether usually there's a couple of things that are important. You need speed because you need money by Friday to do payroll, or you're looking for the lowest possible rate and speed, which usually they're opposite of each other.
You can't have your cake and eat it too?
Not generally, not generally. Sometimes that's possible, but the less paperwork, the faster you can get something done. The less paperwork, the higher the rates. Or they want some flexibility in terms of expansion financing and that sort of thing. So yeah, we've got a network. We've helped over 85 different cannabis companies, and now we're helping startups because startups and this whole social equity movement here has been difficult to people because if you give someone a Ferrari, but you don't give them gasoline, they got a nice looking Ferrari in the driveway, but they can't do much. And that's been the problem is that the social equity applicants generally are coming to the table with little or no funding. And so we want to help. We want to help those, and we've got a program now that can actually do that. We can get them up to $500,000 based on their own personal credit score and their own personal finances, because most of them just have an idea or they're pre-revenue and they haven't proven themselves. This gives them the chance and the bridge to get from nothing and an idea, what I call a pretty PowerPoint and a nice looking dog, to be able to get into revenue and be able to move forward with some ideas.
So using that car analogy, I was thinking to myself, what is a Ferrari without the fuel, the gasoline? And then I was thinking, well, a hybrid approach. And you just said that hybrid approach is really the bridge that you're providing people that don't have that access in a traditional, not just a traditional space or a traditional industry, but the way that people are lending in our space. Is that a fair statement?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a fair statement. Yes. This is based again on your personal credit score and their personal income. You need a 680 or better credit score, and you need 2 years, $50,000 or more. And then I can get them a series of term loans and also revolving lines of credit that'll let them get started down the pathway. And we recommend that people look at combining that with crowdfunding We think that crowdfunding now that, it's able to be done for plant touching and non-plant touching businesses is a good way also of getting the marketing right, and getting your name out there and getting your fan base activated. That's one of the keys in crowdfunding is that you need some sort of a list, some sort of a fan base, that just people that, want to help support, businesses, BIPOC, women-owned businesses, people of color. We want them to be able to, succeed because they've been given, opportunity to have a license, but just the opportunity is not enough. You've got to have the cash, the capital to be able to make, that opportunity happen. And we think there's a lot of opportunity there for other businesses other than just cultivation and retail.
Okay, so let's unpack that a little bit. Give me an example of some other opportunities that
Yeah.
I've seen connected.
There's plenty of opportunities in the software space.
Okay.
There's plenty of opportunities for people to, come up with new inventions, new inhalation devices. When I was in Boston, I saw somebody that had an inhalation device that you control from your app,
Things they come up with.
and it's amazing, the creativity of cannabis entrepreneurs.
It is a really great time to be part of such a discovery, a blank canvas, if you will, to kind of just create new, the way forward in the cannabis space. I want to dial back to something. You've been doing this since 2008,
9, but yes,
grassroots, if you will,
yes.
and you were told no, this isn't the way, but you persevered, to your point. Tell our listeners a little bit about, how you persevered, how you stayed the course, you were able to now launch this company and providing this access. What advice would you give people?
That's a great question. Perseverance is a beautiful thing. My dad taught me that, a long time ago. God rest his soul. And when you have a vision and you see how popular the plant is and you see what it's done for people medicinally as well as, adult use wise, you know that the desire is there for cannabis to succeed. And this was, in 2009, there was no legal cannabis. I mean, it was all medical. So you had to have a medical card in order to be able to buy cannabis. And so I knew the demand was there. I knew people would like it. And then I had been helped by it medicinally for low back pain and aches and things like that. And I knew, if we were in kind of the bathtub gin kind of stage back then. And so it was, I knew it would get better. And, it's become so much more refined, so much, products are better, packaging is better, there's testing, there's no testing back then, 0 testing labs. So I thought, you know what, this is just going to continue to get better and better. You're not having to buy, a bag from a friend of a friend, meet them in the park, and that sort of thing. You go into a store. I actually used the Discover card for my first transaction.
Oh, wow.
That was a thrill, and then being able to pick out the different varieties and strains, that you can try was also, a thrill.
It's an experience, right?
It
You're
is.
making it a true retail experience, an experience for the consumer, an experience for the patient. There's a lot of education that goes into that. Not just the education for the patient, but education of the operators of the, or not even the operators, the visionaries and the inventors that are leading that path, but also the ability to bring to market. Right. And again, that experience, that whole process that you can kind of help facilitate, which is really exciting. Are you in Colorado? Are you
I
in
am.
West? That's what I figured.
I'm in a suburb of Denton.
Beautiful.
Yes.
Awesome. So Scott, how can people get in touch with you and if they want to learn more?
Easiest way is probably my LinkedIn profile.
Okay.
If you go LinkedIn, Scott Jordan, cannabis or marijuana. There's another Scott Jordan that's a little bit more famous than I am. That was on Shark Tank. That's not me. Or my website, which is www.alternativefinancenetwork.com. Alternativefinancenetwork.com. And I would love to, talk to anybody that's looking for money. I want to help startups and I want to help, social equity applicants in particular, because, again, just because you have a license doesn't mean you're going to be able to make money. And need money to be able to make money in this industry. It's a capital intensive business, but there's a lot of opportunity out there for people that have vision, have skills, and can create products and software and solutions that they use.
And the perseverance. Like we
Yes,
spoke about.
perseverance.
You know, and one thing I want to say, in attending a lot of these conferences and having the network that we do through attending these conferences and our customers, there are not many people that are positioned to support and help startups. So I really think that that's a differentiator with your company as opposed to some others. If I'm
Yeah.
not misspeaking there. So thank you for doing that. Thank you for making yourself available at the bridge to help these folks because I know that there's so many people that need that opportunity. And so you're doing great work out there, Scott. Thank you for your time. In touch with Scott, if you have any other questions, hope everyone has a great day at Benzinga Day 2. Thanks for listening.
Thank you.